Kim, we have any countdown now, and then we'll go live in just under 20 seconds, alright?
Oh gosh. Sorry, I think I was on mute just then.
Alright, that's fine. Hey everyone,
We've got to have our
welcome to
mask
another
on, sorry.
episode. That's alright, Kim. Welcome to another episode of FanJam's talk show. I'm joined tonight with a extra special guest, Kim Borgia from Team Bart, and I will just be having a little discussion around her personal time with netball and Team Bart's final chances. How are you? How are you today, Kim?
I'm good, thank you. Sorry, I'm just on the coach on our way into London now. So we've got to wear our masks for COVID protocols and stuff. So
Oh, that's okay. I think we're hearing you. I think we're hearing you quite well. So you're heading to London. Are you excited for your semi-final game?
yeah, we're absolutely buzzing. We had a bit of a sing along before, had some karaoke and stuff. But yeah, we just take it over the bus. But no,
All right,
really excited. It's been a really good vibe through training this week. So yeah, ready to go.
all right. So you just mentioned karaoke. So yeah, I'm sure our viewers would like to know who is the best singer on the bus and who is the worst.
Look, there's a few of them that give it a good nudge that they try. But we had a
Okay.
bit of Eminem going before, so Emo was doing a bit of a rap for us, so it was great.
Awesome.
She nailed it,
What about
really.
Serena?
Oh, look, Serena tries, bless her. So she gets points for trying.
All right. So you're out there in the UK, Kim, and obviously you are away from family. How has that been? It's been a long season, 20 rounds, of course. How difficult is it being away from your family?
Yeah, it's been quite an interesting season, and I think being away from the family as well with all of this happening, it's definitely been tough this year. But I know that they're supporting me from afar. So they family, the love. I think we're going to be staying up. It's like 1 a.m. to watch the games. So
Awesome. Sounds good, Kim. I don't know if you're able to see the screen now, but I think my
yeah.
producers did well to find what a defensive line. Tell us about that
I
relationship.
I know, honestly, that could be like the Australian Diamonds lineup, I
I
think.
am sure.
So yeah, that's my younger sister Terry Ann, and so she's Down syndrome and she's an absolute superstar. So she's got the best outlook on life. Nothing phases her, and she's just like an absolute queen. So I aspire to just be as happy and carefree as what she is.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. We love those kind of story, Kim. And I'm sure all attackers in the world are fearful of this defensive line.
I know,
So
savage, right?
savage. So Kim, you have been out there in the UK for this is your second season, right?
Well, third. I
Third.
mean, can
Well,
you
yeah,
really count last year?
maybe not. So
Yeah, so this is my third time here.
right. So and I know in 2019 you had a little sniff of the Suncorp Super Netball when Moy got injured and you were her replacement player for the few rounds, and that was the first time I saw you played, Kim. And for me, I was like, wow, who is this? Where did she come from? Like you came in and the first game was against Jiva. Jiva, you guys were playing the Lightning, and you absolutely nailed that game. After that game, after that season, were there contract offers to play in the SN, or you just decided you wanted to go to the UK? What was that period like? Kim?
My sorry, the lines sort of cut out because we're driving, but I think I got the gist of what you're saying. But yeah, so basically I just got call up because of Maui general ACL. And then after that game that I played with Vixens, I was lucky enough to get a few Super League clubs contact me. Sorry, not Super League. Yeah, the Super League to me. And yeah, Bath just seemed to be the better fit for me personally. And yeah, and there I've been here 3 years later.
So were there options to stay in Australia in the SSN or just Super League?
No, I actually only got offered training partners for Vixens after that. So being somebody who's a little bit older and a bit further on in their career, I just didn't think a training partner was the right fit for me personally. So I respectfully declined and took opportunities overseas.
Right, and that makes sense. So no, all right. So 3 years later, you're at Bart. You guys have managed to somehow got into the semifinals, and before getting to the semifinal, it was quite not necessarily a bumpy road, but you had those two losses to Mavericks. Tell me, what is it about playing Mavericks that you guys just can't get over the line?
Honestly, I'm not sure. Like people keep saying it's a bogey team, but I just think, I mean, both times they've played phenomenally well. And I think matchups and things like that particularly worked in their favour. They're a quality side, so nobody can underestimate them. And I'm not sure whether we did or not, but we prepared for those games like we would any other. Just wasn't able to get them. So.
And you guys would I would say that probably you don't have the best run into the semifinals, having lost to Lightning last week and so forth, and Mavericks a couple of weeks down. Has this affected the confidence in the camp?
No, if anything, it's helped risen our confidence in that respect. We've had a really good vibe around training this week. We've revisited a few things that we need to sort of tidy up on it, I guess. But no, we're feeling good going into this, and it was kind of like a kick up the bum that we sort of needed, really. So yeah, we feel good. You know, again, finals is a completely different game, but we've played two really good games against Thunder, so we've got to take confidence going into that as well.
And you mentioned two really good games against Thunder, but you lost to them. They lost to you by 20 goals in the first round, and then when you met them again, it was just 3 goals. Is it that Thunder are coming, or are you guys underestimate? Did you guys underestimate them a little bit in that second encounter? And what's the mindset towards them going into the semifinals?
I definitely wouldn't say we underestimate them at all. I think you'll notice in the first game, they chopped and changed a lot of their combination. There was quite a few of their key players were off at any one time. So I think you might find if you go back and you watch it, you see Joyce was off, Ellie went off, she moved back. Laura Malcolms came off for a bit. Caroline didn't start. So their now cemented starting seven weren't all on the court. And then the next time they'd sort of figured out what worked best for them. So yeah, it was a good game. That's the sort of they're the games that you expect from Thunder, and it was a good contested game, and I think everybody enjoyed it.
All right, so predictions for that semi-final game: who will win? As if.
Come on, mate. As if I can't not say yes, you know.
Okay, what scoreline are you expecting?
Look, I think it'll be close. Ideally, you'd like it to be a bit more, but I think just with the nature of the game and semi-finals and things like that, it'll probably be within 5, I'd say.
Okay, so personally, I'm probably from the coaches, they wouldn't look at this, but in yourself, is there a key player on Thunder that you think you guys need to take out of the game in order to beat them?
I don't necessarily think it's just any one person, and they probably think the same for us. Where it's a team sort of sport, so The mid-court are the ones that get the ball down to the shooting end and things like that. So I do think it's all 7 players, and there'll be some fantastic matchups across the whole court, I anticipate.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, sounds good. It will definitely be an interesting game, and I think it will go right down to the wire. Um, Hopefully, we'll get to see some more of those Serena to Kim saves. Tell us about the relationship you have formed with Serena, because every time a ball is going out of court, Serena somehow managed to save it, and it's always going to you. Tell us about that.
I know. I honestly just think she's taken the mick now. We actually
Yes.
had a bit of a joke one day because it just keeps happening, and then it just pops up on Twitter, and then so Rachel Shaw was just like, "Yeah, another one for Twitter, Serena," as she's running back to the centre pass. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's definitely not deliberate by any means. It's just like she's probably picking up one of my terrible passes or something like that, and she saves
Wow.
me. So, I try and make sure that I'm
Returning
an
the
option for
favor.
her when she's yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to make it
Okay.
more entertaining for everybody else, you know?
Right. So far in the Vitality League, you have come up against some really classy defenders. Is there any that really bothers you? Like, who would you say is your toughest defender in Super League?
Um, well, she's just retired, so I would say Jo Tripp. She's always been
Oh.
somebody I really admire, and how she plays. She's a very smart player as well,
Mm-hmm.
um, and she's just strong, quick, reads the game well. Helps that she's a lot taller than me as well. Yeah, but I always enjoyed our tussles on court with Jo.
Awesome, awesome. And just two more things before you go. So you mentioned earlier that you're an older player now, and after a stellar season, I'm sure, and if there's not, these are definitely stupid, dare I say, I'm sure that by the end of this season, there will be some Suncorp offers in your email. Is there aspirations to play in Suncorp?
Oh, look, I'm not holding my breath. I don't know what I've done, but don't seem to be able to get contracts over there these
Wow.
days. So not holding my breath, but I enjoy being over here and things like that. So if I can definitely stay, I will stay.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, ideally, it'd be fantastic to be at home and a bit closer, but just not quite done with the UK yet.
And lastly, Diamond's aspirations as well, because I know we're coming out of an era where, well, I call it the Caitlin Bassett era, where the Diamonds were mainly playing a tall holding shooter. Now they're moving into an era where they're playing more of a rotating circle, like your type of game. Does this give you confidence that maybe I could fit somewhere in this style of play?
Oh, I mean, like that's always been the dream, the aspirations is to do
Mm-hmm.
that. But again, I just don't think that I would be considered. I would ultimately love that. But I do love the fact that the rotating circle's coming back, and you can actually see that around
Mm-hmm.
multiple. So the England races, they've got a bit of a rotating circle as well
They
coming
do.
through. You've also got the likes of South Africa sort of spicing it up, and even with the New Zealanders as well. So I just think it's such a crafty game, and it just brings so much speed and skill into it as well. So I'm all for it, and it also works for me because I'm not a giant.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I'll have to call your sister and talk to her, because I don't want you to give up hope. I want you to go for it, because I'd love to see you in the Diamonds color Sunday, Kim. But we'll take it one step at a time. Good luck in your
Absolutely.
semifinals this weekend. I'm not sure I'm rooting for Team Bart, but I'm rooting for
That's
you definitely.
rude. That's all right. I'll forgive you.
Thank you for joining us, Kim. Enjoy
No worries.
your time over there, and say hi to everyone from us for us.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Bye, Kim.
Bye.
All right,